Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Highly Illogical podcast. My name is Trevor. I am your co-host, and joining me are my co-hosts. I've got Timothy Scrimshard, Thomas Kennedy, and Christina Lee. Thank you guys for being on the show that we're all a part of.
I don't like to think of myself as a cocoa host, more
Cocoa
of a
host.
chocolate chip host.
Well, I don't know how else to put it. So, how has everybody been this week?
Groovy sauce, man.
Yeah. We had the 4th of July. Hurrah.
Yeah.
America.
America.
My dog only escaped once during the whole firework festivities. He ended up down the road. Neighbors called me. He hates fireworks, man. This has been rough. And people still are popping fireworks. I don't get it. But it's not even legal in my city. So
It's not legal after the 5th, I thought.
yeah, well, on the 4th it's not legal here. But it it is what it is. I guess they'll do it till they run out. So
Well, we live on base, and they
Yeah.
do it like just outside base because it's not allowed on base.
Yeah.
So we get to see a little bit of a show out our backyard.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Did
Yeah.
y'all see the video of LA on the 4th? Oh man, look that up. They've got like news reports because it's banned in LA, but it's like everyone and their dog is having a fireworks display that day.
Oh wow. I did discover something today. I guess this came out yesterday, but I hadn't seen a whole lot of news on it. The guy that directed he was the producer for The Wrath of Khan is looking at maybe doing another Star Trek film. His name is Robert Sallin, Sallin. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. He did Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, and he didn't do much like Trekkie stuff after, and so he's kind of stayed away. But he's I guess there's kind of like a Star Trek hole for movies right now, since it's kind of up in the air what's going on with the other series. And supposedly this is going to have to do with new characters, not calling back old characters, kind of thing. And so it's going to be supposedly something that's never done before in Star Trek. And so I think that's pretty cool. I'm all for it. I'm always for more Trekkie movies. So
Well, since there's only like a handful of people left from the original series,
yeah,
he's got to be in his 90s.
yeah, it don't gotta be. But I mean, it's 1979. So
The year I was born.
yeah, there you go. So maybe he directed it when he was 19. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, no, I thought that was pretty neat. Apparently he's got something written up and he's kind of getting it finished, and they're just kind of a wait and see what's going on with the other franchise to see if there's room for more Star Trek.
Well, I know they greenlit another installment of the new timeline.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of people aren't signing on for it. So if there is another thing, so I thought people were moving on from that one. I never really dug the new timeline Star Trek stuff that much. I mean, there were decent movies. I didn't dig it so much.
I liked them because it gave a new perspective on things, and kind of gave a brief history on how Kirk got in control of the Enterprise, since he was quite honestly several years younger than Spock.
Yeah.
And then but of course I didn't like the fact that they did another. The second one was also Khan as well. From the movies, which kind of and the fact that they put it, as a mixture of Space Seed and Wrath of Khan, and then changed the whole Wrath of Khan thing by changing who died.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I like them in that they are good for what they are.
You're right.
Like I dig the idea of that thing, but it does feel at the same time a little lazy.
It got a whole new genre, or a whole new generation of children into Trek,
fans.
though.
Yeah, indeed.
Love them.
Right.
I love Christopher Pike.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. I've been enjoying actually a little bit more is the CBS All Access shows that they've been doing, like Star Trek Discovery and Picard. They're starting the new series with Pike, the Strange New Worlds, and actually we talked about it like I think maybe a couple weeks ago a little bit, and we were kind of wondering where it kind of fits canon in Star Trek. And so I got a little breakdown of it actually today. So the Star Trek Enterprise TV series takes place in 2150 to 2160 time range.
Yeah.
The Star Trek episode The Cage, which was the first initially unaired, the 1965 pilot for Star Trek, that takes place in 2254. That has Spock, Pike, and Number One in it. Now, Star Trek Discovery takes place 2 years after that episode, which is 2256 to 2257. And then that's where the Strange New Worlds is taking place. It's taking place 1 year after that, so 2258 is where it's starting. And
A lot about Star Trek, don't you?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. So they've got, I guess in Star Trek, what's been set timeline-wise, Pike had basically 2 5-year stints on the Enterprise. So supposedly, I guess we might be able to see one of those Treks out, I guess.
Yeah.
1 or 2 of them. Because he's already on the Enterprise in Discovery, so this may be the second 5-year mission.
According to the Star Trek wiki page, there were 4 captains before Kirk.
Yeah.
And Pike is listed twice, so technically 3. So
Cool. I think it is funny though because they break it down with Star Trek Discovery seasons 1 and 2 take place between 2256 and 2257, and then episode 3 is 3187. So it's like time jump 1,000 years in the future.
Right.
So it was very humorous, but it does look like they might do some callbacks to some OG Star Trek episode type stuff. Maybe tie in some little Easter eggs and whatnot. So that looks pretty cool. I'm actually really excited about that. The guy that plays Pike in that series does an excellent job. Their Spock is like, to me, he's spot on. So I like it a lot.
Great part, Trevor, but I never liked the originals.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
I always liked it for what it was. I like my favorite move is the double punch thing, which I don't know if that was ever effective anywhere else except when Kirk did it.
And professional wrestling, right?
Yeah, and professional wrestling. Yeah. They don't do that too often, though. I'll put it that way. Like, whatcha? And he did that a lot. It was like, but if I use 2 fists,
Right.
it's like
It's his ultimate move.
giant fist. So.
one big fist, go!
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I do have some cinematic news. I don't know if you guys heard this or not. One of my favorite cult classic movies, or in my opinion, it's a cult classic. I'm pretty sure it's the public opinion as well. John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China is going to be remade.
Very cool.
Oh, I didn't know they were going to remake it. I thought it was going to be a sequel. I thought it was going to be a sequel.
I
thought it was a sequel that they were
not
going to make.
positive on that. Is it going to be a sequel? I know that they're supposed to be
They said
casting
that way
Dwayne.
back, though, that they were going to do a sequel.
Oh, no way. I mean, that's awesome.
I mean, they better not remake it. That's a freaking classic. That's perfect the way it is.
Oh, well, yeah.
China's not that little, by the way.
They could do it.
Say that again?
Kurt Russell looks awesome. They can do it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And the old Chinese dude is dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to say, China's not that small, by the way. I never understood the title.
Wait, which old Chinese dude? Because one of them is still alive, I believe.
The one who played the one who played the who had the eyeball problem, you know.
Yeah. H-Chen.
Yeah.
The tall guy. What's damn it.
The one who could
everybody
needed the girl. He's still alive, but he's like he's in his he's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still alive though, right? I think.
He's still alive.
Yeah, I love his. He's probably one of my favorite characters. I know he's the antagonist or whatever, but I used to mimic his voice all the time. Mr. Button. I love that dude.
Well,
hey Google, who was the Little China?
Well, Trevor's frozen.
Okay. Lopan.
Lopan, yeah.
Lopan.
The Lopan.
Yeah, the Lopan.
And Trevor's frozen again.
I'm here.
It's
kind of.
I think
if I keep moving,
it's like stop motion at this point in time.
I think Trevor's trailer is too far from his Wi-Fi.
That's cute.
Oh no, he's out in space.
Oh, funny.
Somebody reel him back in with Illogical.
So did y'all see that ranker list of and he's frozen again? He's gonna have a lot.
Right?
Maybe
all right, there he is.
Here
are
I am.
Are you back with us?
No.
Okay. Did y'all see the ranker that listed the
No.
Is Firefly.
I won't argue with that.
Show.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Number two is TNG.
What?
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh.
Then Stargate SG-1. And
no, not before like Star Wars. Oh, TV shows, right?
TV shows, yeah.
The Stargate movie was good. I hated the Stargate TV show.
Yeah, I like the movie.
Number 4 was the new Battlestar, or the one that was recent. Then the original series, Star Trek: The Original Series. Doctor Who got number 6, which I can't understand that. I thought that should have been higher.
There's a lot of people who like that movie or that show.
That show, yeah. It's got a big fan base.
So X-Files is number 7, and then of course Trevor can jump up for joy on this one. Number 8 is Voyager.
Woohoo!
And Deep Space Nine is number 9. So, but I won't go through all these. So
Firefly's
rounded up the top 10 was the Twilight Zone. So
I really liked Firefly quite a bit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've actually met, let's see, Alan Tudyk. I've got a picture with him. I met Kylie, the mechanic, and got a picture with her. And I think
how tall is she?
She's not very tall.
Oh, I just always assumed that she's like 7'8" or something.
No, she's small. She's taller than me. Maybe the same height.
Just want to meet Summer Glau.
She's also hot. Yeah. Doesn't everybody?
They have her gain weight for the role. She's really not that, wholesome, round-looking type person. She's very skinny.
Mm. Oh. Both or all the actresses on Firefly were very attractive women, in my opinion.
They were very pretty.
I'm surprised.
But yes, I love the show so much. I named my daughter after it.
Aw.
There's
Trevor. Trevor's doppelganger is on the show now.
Well, that's interesting.
So he logged in on his phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
which one's the evil one?
So now we've got an echo because he muted one. Never mind.
I muted one.
Christina, it's funny that you said that. I just got done listening to a podcast that I enjoy called Scared to Death. It's done by Dan Cummins, who also does Time Suck. And the podcast is about scary lore, ghosts, demons, such and like that. And this last episode was on doppelgangers. And they talked about how, just the normal doppelganger is just a person out there that looks like you. But there are these theorized doppelgangers that are like an evil version of you that are trying to take over and all that. So it's funny that you said which one's the evil one. So, and that.
It could be another, dimensions as well. I mean, if you're thinking about the multiverse, there's always going to be somebody that's different than you, and that an evil one would make sense.
Ooh, have you ever watched the TV show The Fringe? Another good sci-fi show, if I could say.
I watched a couple of those, and I thought they were pretty good, but then I don't know why I didn't watch the rest of them.
I actually got to meet the guy that played Walter, the older gentleman. He's from Australia. I got his autograph. He's a really cool dude.
Cool. Speaking of Comic-Cons, I know we weren't talking directly about them, but there's going to be a Comic-Con coming up in August, I think, where they're combining the gaming and everything together. So it's going to be a pretty good one. It's going to be in State Fair.
Heck yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they did that a little bit for Wizard Kong. A lot of the voice actors for, I think it was Assassin's Creed were.
Yeah.
But
I couldn't find anything on Amazing Con. It kept directing me to the, it's called New World Comic-Con, I think.
Sweet. I'll look forward to it, and so will my daughter. She loves Comic-Cons.
Yeah, the Vegas one got pushed to next year.
Oh, yeah.
And they canceled the San Diego one, too?
Yeah, I think so. I guess
I've never been to a Comic-Con.
It's awesome.
Never?
No.
What?
Never.
I get dressed up. I dressed as Kylie one time. I dressed as Kylie one time. I had the parasol, but I forgot to bring it.
I went to a Frightmare weekend in Dallas one time, and I had a whole bunch of people. It was the year that Human Centipede came out. And they had...
Great movie.
I was there, it was disgusting, but it was also like the second time I'd watched it, and they did a live screening at midnight with a live commentary with the director.
Oh.
And he's
wow.
like, it may look disturbing now, but it was even more disturbing when I did it.
I can't believe that movie got a sequel. That's what boggled my mind.
It got two. It got two.
Oh.
Yeah, there's three Human Centipede movies.
You can't believe that got a sequel when movies like Sharknado got a sequel.
Oh my God, I love Sharknado.
Why?
It's so awesome. You gotta love the lovelies. They're gems. And
That's
of course,
really funny.
he's from Beverly Hills 90210. Ian Ziering. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then it's got Tara Reid in it. Tara Reid's cool.
To be honest, I've never seen movies like Sharknado or Snakes on a Plane. But in my defense, if somebody recommends those movies to me, they automatically lose any opinion in my mind to tell me what kind of movie to watch ever.
Or those
I'm
people
glad
that like
you
the
said
Step
that
Up
before I
movies.
spoke.
Hey, have I said anything that was not cool?
Wait a minute.
I'm joking.
That's my opinion, because my opinion is good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, did you like the Step Up movies too? Because that's the borderline. No, okay, good. Then you still have some, you have some street cred there. Okay, good.
I like the sci-fi movies that are really cheesy. I mean, think about it. All the people from Firefly were in B movies after the Firefly because they
Indeed.
loved doing sci-fi movies, and they kept making the B movies, and they were always on Sci-Fi Channel. It was, you got to watch those.
Yeah, true.
Valid point.
I mean, Firefly's like considered a failure to a lot of people that were up in the film, people who did TV shows and everything, and it wasn't a failure. It was awesome, and it inspired like tons and tons of people.
Well,
and
the reason why it failed is because the people who loved the show didn't watch it on TV. They downloaded it. So it failed on TV. Of course it's going to fail on TV because there weren't any views. So
I think it failed because it talked about the government, the future government.
possibly.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's the damn lizard Illuminati.
No, it's
One
going
of
to be
my-
Coca-Cola and Taco Bell. They're going to be like fighting for control.
Yeah. And we're all going to be wiping with the seashells.
Yeah, that's going to be terrible.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
I'm going to sneak in the toilet paper.
Right.
I'll sell it to all of you guys for cheap, super cheap.
Now, one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite shows, Big Bang Theory, is when Sheldon talks about recording all the fireflies or setting a time to watch all the fireflies. And
Yeah.
he's like, well, we might as well do that now. It's going to be on forever. It's like, oh, that's some depressing foreshadowing.
Yeah. It was.
Netflix does everything. It's remade everything and takes everything back. Why not Firefly? Why did they not pick it up?
Let's start a petition.
They've already started a petition. It's just that everyone's doing other things right now.
Well, yeah, but they have to just have a promise of it so they can stop doing what they're doing.
Well,
and then
Netflix
be
is.
like, yeah, we're on board.
We got what's on the
would
plate.
it be better to have Firefly the series or Firefly the movie?
They already have a movie.
They already have a movie.
No, but another
You mean
movie.
like a sequel?
No, like just continuing. Well, I guess, yeah.
Well, they would have to do it.
I'd rather have a new series.
Yeah, because they killed everyone off in that in
Yeah,
that
it's in the
movie.
movie.
They did kill a lot
The
of people.
sequel should be I'm a Leaf on the Wind.
They did some emergency surgery with Alan Tudyk, and he's okay now. You just have to believe and clap your hands, and he'll appear from the dead.
I think Marvel should buy them and have them come back after Thanos snapped his fingers or whatever, and then they meet up
You
with
mean
the guys
Disney?
from
Disney has it.
oh yeah, Disney. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Disney
Whatever.
has everything.
Right? Even Family Guy. What the hell?
They know what makes money.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, did they know what they were in for when they got Family Guy though? Did they know ahead of time that Family Guy was going to totally and utterly talk shit on them the entire time?
Fox lost the rights to Family Guy?
Yeah, Disney bought Family Guy.
When?
Why would we let Disney buy Family Guy? That seems
I don't know.
odd.
Hold on, let me see. Does that
Disney owns Fox.
Oh, does Disney own Fox?
Disney doesn't own Fox. Or when did that go through?
I'm fairly certain Disney bought Fox a year or two ago. Hang on.
Okay, Google. Does Disney own Fox?
I wonder if they're going to do any more. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Yes.
According to this NPR, Disney does officially own Fox as of last year.
Wow.
In a $71.3 million billion-dollar merger.
Mm-hmm.
So what about X-Files? Do you think that they're going to do some more X-Files? Because they kind of just left it up in the air with the new show that they had.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They were
I think if they do, they'll probably completely recast it.
Yeah, because David Duchovny and them, they've kind of wore their characters out. They need to revamp it some way. I mean, they wore it out in the last 2 seasons. So, yeah.
But yeah, I remember when last I heard was we were about Fox. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, Disney and Fox.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that.
because Deadpool is now a part of the MCU. Because
yeah,
Yeah,
and they were talking about all the new Disney princesses, like the Alien Queen, and people like that, because now they're Disney has all their princesses, and
so does that make Lisa from The Simpsons a Disney princess?
Well, she's not a princess, so
she's a little low on the totem pole.
I was gonna say, since when are the Simpsons royalty?
Yeah, that's what I say.
Well, they've been on for 40 years.
That doesn't make her a princess.
They're common law royalty.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I mean, they've been around a long time, and they bought Fox, so
Yeah.
And they're saying Princess Leia is a Disney princess now.
But Princess Leia was a princess.
Yeah.
But she wasn't a Disney princess.
It's in her name.
She was Princess Leia, but she wasn't a Disney princess.
Now Disney.
I'm looking forward to buying those blankets from my daughter's room with the Disney princesses and Princess Leia's on it.
Yeah.
That'd be the shit.
Yeah.
Well, Amidala, whatever her name is, Amidala or whatever.
Yeah.
It should be.
Princess Amidala.
Well,
she's a queen.
I'm sure that if
She's a
Trevor
princess at
knew
some
how
point.
many Leia and the bikini were at the Comic-Con, he'd probably go.
The what?
I said if you knew how many Leias in the bikini that were at the Comic-Con,
Yes.
go.
Yeah, I'll go as Jabba the Hutt.
That's gonna be a cheap costume, bud.
I'll just be.
That's pretty good. But what are you gonna do with the little thing on your shoulder? Where's that gonna go? What are you gonna
I was gonna ride on his shoulder.
Yeah, there you go.
Just sitting there.
I somehow don't think I'd be allowed to do that.
Minion or one of your chickens.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Too funny. Well, speaking of, we've been talking about sequels. One sequel that I'm looking forward to is Ready Player 2, which was announced yesterday, I think. I think it's like November 24th-ish is the release date. They're doing pre-orders. They're like 20-something bucks, like $28 on Amazon right now. I am very excited about that. There's no synopsis for the book yet, but here's my guess. So, Wade Watts, okay, he's got control of everything. He got the girl at the end of the movie or the book, Well, now he's going through this epic divorce, right? And he's fighting for control once again because she's taken 50% of everything. So,
but she already owns a quarter of it.
yeah, but she's taking his whole portion. It's all her.
That's
So
good.
she's got
All as old as
arguments
time.
and all that. I don't know. It's crazy. So, yeah. That's my guess. You know, I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't have a clue.
Wade Watts' fault.
Well,
Why
I
is it always
didn't say it was
that
her
fault?
fault, but I'm just saying she's taking everything. I mean, she could have found him.
She gave him everything. You ever think
Yeah.
of that?
She could have caught him having cyber sex. And so, you know, anything could happen.
She's way too hot to cheat on. I'm sorry. Way too hot.
That's a valid argument. Although that's just who portrayed her in the movie. We don't know that she was hot in the book. I mean,
That's true.
Yeah.
she could have been it.
The way she's described in the book is not like that. She's Asian in the book, so
I don't even remember. I just recently went through the book like for an umpteenth time. But yeah, I highly recommend the audio book. It is read by Will Wheaton.
It is.
And it is amazing. I really hope they get him to do the sequel. He does it perfectly.
Oh, they have to. They have to.
Yeah.
And I know Wheaton would probably totally jump at the opportunity.
Well, he did his other book too. It's Armada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've got a theory about Armada. Have you guys read it? What's that?
I've heard this. Your theory is way off the wall.
It's not a bad theory, okay? So in the book, he gets attacked at one point by a bully. He gets thrown to the ground, and wait, if I remember right, he throws the bully down, doesn't he? He's about to
pummel him. Yeah,
he's about to beat this bully up, right? And that's when all of a sudden these spaceships show up, and they're like trying to recruit him for the Space Force or whatever, and they're gonna all this stuff, right? So,
should we be saying spoiler alerts right now? Because I'm not read this book yet.
I'll throw up a thing, I guess. I don't know. Anyways.
Well, the book's been out for 7 years. So.
Yeah.
I still haven't read it.
Okay. Well, you know, it happens early, so, you know, it's not too bad. So this is my thought, though. He killed the bully, and then he had a mental break.
The bully shows up at the end of the story.
Yeah, mentally ill people see stuff like that all the time. So
okay, watch it, buddy. Not everybody sees stuff.
I know, but I'm just saying, some do. So, you know, then he's killed this bully. He has a mental break, and he's in an alternate universe now in his own head. That's the whole book. If you read it with that in mind, you will know what I mean. Some of us that are among us don't believe us, you know, truth sayers, but
I've read the story more times than you. And...
I've read it once. That was enough. It is not Ready Player One, I'll put it that way.
I mean, it's good, you know, and it probably it fits better probably if they did a screenplay of it and did a movie, but
I would not buy that ticket. So
yeah, you would.
That is a direct VHS movie.
Well, everything is direct to video right now, so
yeah. Netflix would go pass. So, but yeah, no, I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. But yeah, no, very excited about Ready Player 2. I've been reading about little hints about it here or there for a few years now. So, and what's funny is Tom and I were actually talking about it the day before he announced the sequel official date, which I thought was hilarious. So then I instantly started telling him about the new Harry Potter series and hoping that maybe it would just happen. Because if we did it once, I mean, if we talk about just about anything, we're just gonna create it
into being.
Yeah. So officially, I'm not saying that there's like, you know, a new Harry Potter series, but It's going to be announced. We're going to check it tomorrow, and it's going to be a thing.
I didn't like the way it ended in the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
the
not
movie
how it
changed a
ended.
lot of things.
Yeah, the movie.
I mean, I didn't read all of them, but
Mhm.
because I actually watched the movies first, I had started reading the series, and then I was just
Oh,
like,
you're talking about Harry Potter.
Yeah, the movies aren't really following the books anyway, so.
You're talking about Harry Potter. I thought you're on Ready Player One, which in both cases you're correct. The book and the movies don't exactly line up. I think Harry Potter is there's so much to cover.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think they covered enough in the. I don't think they covered enough in the Ready Player One movie.
That could have been been 3 movies.
Yeah, the way I had it planned out, the way I had started writing it, because I wanted to do a fan write, is going to be one movie for each key.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's in my head. That's how they should have done it. But you know, they just throw it all into one movie. That's fine too, I guess.
We're just a few guys with a podcast.
Yeah.
You guys with a dream.
Yeah. You seem sad, Tom.
I am.
Yeah, I'm a Jedi.
Yeah, see? It's on our shirt. You can't see it, but it's there.
I can fix it. Give me a chance.
Yeah. It says Coca-Cola on mine.
I have a funny story about one of my friends being a Jedi. I'm not going to say his name or even be able to remember it. But I wasn't there during a point. It's an acquaintance. During a heavy drinking session, this friend of mine had gone into another friend, a common friend's house, and went into his sister's room where his sister was asleep, and just starts urinating in the corner of her bedroom. She wakes up and says his name, and he turns around and looks at her, and this is supposedly what he had said. He said, "It's okay, I'm a Jedi." And she sits up in her bed, and she's like, "What the fuck, dude? Seriously?" And he turns back around and goes, "You will go to sleep."
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
Say that to get out of anything. To be like, these are not the droids you're looking for.
Right?
And that gets you out of everything.
I did that to my daughter I did that to my daughter the other day. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I was like, I am not the dad you are looking for. just to get her to leave me alone.
Very nice. Well, do we got segments we want to cover?
Of course.
Yeah.
I know we've got one.
I know I do.
Promising to be hilarious.
Yeah, Buddha.
I didn't promise it would be funny. You
promised
did.
It
was going to be funny. I just said I was looking for a Florida man.
Yeah.
So.
Dang, you did last minute research there, bud?
Yeah.
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional.
I'll go first.
Completely.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Mine's uplifting.
Yes, uplift us, please.
Okay.
I've been in a wreck.
Just in a different way.
I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Albert Einstein.
Very good.
It is never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot. And in the end, everything will be okay. If it's not okay, it's not yet the end.
There you go.
And then a couple of affirmations. When you really want it, you are unstoppable. Let go of things that you're supposed to do and instead some goals you really want to accomplish. After all, you'll find more joy in the process when you remind yourself of why you started in the first place. And then there's no stopping you from achievement. And another one, I deserve the best and I accept the best now. So basically when you're doing affirmations, you want to repeat them throughout the day. One that this one's the one I made up. You must give yourself permission to, you must give permission to yourself to be great or nothing happens.
I dig it.
And then
Very good.
This actually came from a podcast, not a podcast, a blog. This guy wrote, and it's goes out to all the mental illness people. You are responsible for yourself and your well-being. Vet your thoughts regularly. Take time to think about your feelings, emotions, and mentality. Talk to someone if it helps. Understand that change is not possible. Reach out when you need to help. It's a sign of strength, not a weakness. And the best way to get support is to give support. So now that was heavy, I've got a light thing. Food secrets.
Ooh,
When you,
I like food secrets.
You always want to know how to get a good pineapple, right? Because, I mean, nobody knows this. Well, what you do is you look for the yellow and brown in a pineapple. It looks like it's going bad, but that's actually what it looks like when it's going to be the youngest, you know? And then if you have a pineapple that's not yet ripe, you turn it over upside down and the sugar filters through the pineapple and then it ripens it. You just lay it on its leaves and then let it do magic.
I love pineapple. I love it on pizza. It belongs there.
See, that's how I know if a pizza's gone bad, is if there's pineapple on it.
And I taught Tom a little secret once where you smoke a pineapple. You cut it in half, you put it on the smoker.
No, I taught him.
It's so good. So good. I continue to steal his ideas. And
so how do you pick a good cantaloupe? You thump the cantaloupe, and if it's got a low sound, then you know it's ripe. It's the same with watermelon.
Oh.
Now, quinoa, that is a hard one to crack because, like, I've made quinoa so many times before I actually found out how to cook it, and it works. I have the one pot, the Instapot, and it cooks it perfectly in 1 minute. And what happens is the little quinoa, it opens up like tendrils, and that's when you know it's done. And because I cooked it on the stove, and I kept cooking it, and I kept cooking it, and I kept cooking it, and it just wouldn't do anything. So I was just like, man, this quinoa stuff is just terrible. And then I got the Instapot, and it cooks it in like a minute. It's amazing. But quinoa was my was hard for me, and I don't mess stuff up in the kitchen, so it was really bad. And here's an oldie but goodie, how you ripen avocados. You put a ripened banana in with the avocados in a bag, and that ripens the avocados up because the chemical in the banana sends a signal.
That works for tomatoes as well. My mom does that with her tomatoes.
Yeah, you better start getting with it and start ripening. It's in the banana boot camp.
That's what
happens. Yeah. Salt early if you want to salt something, because if you don't, you end up with a really salty dish.
It's good.
Deglazing your pan with wine, broth, juice, or brandy, or even plain water is an easy way to infuse those flavors into your finished dish. Deglazing is pretty awesome because you're using whatever is in the pan, and it makes a pretty good flavor.
Yeah.
Now, alcohol, you think alcohol burns off? It does not burn off. It reduces its potency, but it doesn't evaporate it off. It would take 3 hours to completely remove the alcohol in there. And most people think that that's what happens to the alcohol, that it just goes away. And that's not true. Sometimes leftovers taste better because the ingredients have a chance to meld and it's the savory and rich tasting the next day. Chefs marinate the chicken in buttermilk overnight. The acids and the enzymes in the buttermilk break down the proteins in the meat, and it gets extra juicy and tender.
Okay.
This is a weird one. If you want to promote airflow with your burger, you're supposed to make a divot or a donut in your burger, and
Yeah,
that'll cook everything evenly. I thought that was a pretty weird one.
And it cooks faster too.
Yeah. Brine is good for chicken and pork. It tenderizes tough muscles, fibers, and denatures proteins and allows them to retain more moisture as they cook. That's all I got.
Very cool.
Go forth and cook.
Yeah. I've actually been trying to experiment with cooking, especially with my new air fryer. And I've had some successes. I've had some epic failures as well. Yeah. I have found out
some vlogging.
Yeah. I've done what was it? I did baked potatoes last night. Baked potatoes, amazing in the air fryer. They very easy to cook. Very simple. Let me see. I did a chicken, which came out really good. And one thing that I'm really liking, this was like bone-in chicken. One thing I really like about the air fryer is it only takes like 5 minutes. You just pop it in leftovers, and they're just like perfect after just a few minutes of reheating. Let me see. There was something that I had that was awful.
How long did the baked potato take to cook?
It doesn't save a lot of time. It was 20 minutes on one side and then 20 minutes on the other at 400 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah.
So long to cook a baked potato anyway you look at it.
Yeah. It takes a while, but it comes out like a lot the way I like it, like on restaurants. The way I cook, I put olive oil on it, and then I put salt on the outside, and then I'll set it in there. And by the time it comes out, it's got it's real crispy, but it's all perfect on the inside. And so it's really like if you just want a simple way, like the way I used to do it was I would butter or like oil them up and then like salt them and then like poke holes all through them and wrap them in foil and then put them in the oven for like ever. So that came out pretty good.
Are you guys familiar with the stand-up comedian Mitch Hedberg?
Yes.
Yeah, I like his baked potato joke where he's like, it takes so long in a conventional oven, sometimes I'll just throw one in there when I don't want it. By the time it's done, who knows?
He was funny.
There should be a sign instead of saying "sorry for the inconvenience." You should say "sorry for the convenience" for stairs and escalators. I ruined that joke. My bad.
Yeah, it's temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience.
Yeah, I ruined that joke.
So you don't need to sell me on it, Trevor. It sounds amazing. My husband will never get one because there's no room in our kitchen.
Yeah. And the one I got is huge. It's perfect though because I'm making videos with it, and that's been a lot of fun. I've got some video that I haven't posted yet. That's going to be quick. I started off. Now you guys, I did a 15-minute crazy video. And then I condensed it to about a 5-minute crazy video for the next one I did. And then I further condensed that video for TikTok and made it into a 1-minute video. And I think that's what I'm going to force myself to do from now on. Because when I've got too much going on, I don't think that everyone wants to sit around and watch me with the things, the tongs going and stuff. So
I do.
I was
like throwing things around.
You gotta be kidding. That's like the best part. Come on.
So I have been trying to get a little bit more serious with it. Because I have fun cooking. I love cooking. So, we'll see.
Have you tried baking in the air fryer?
Not quite yet. I've worked towards that, but I haven't done it yet. I think I
Donuts.
lost you guys.
Donuts would be awesome.
Oh yeah, I did. I did try donuts. The one that they recommend, just the biscuit out of the can. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Can biscuit donuts.
So you're supposed to oil them up, and then like you could put, whatever topping on it when it's done. Mine just like, I think I overdid it, or I didn't do it right. Something was amiss because it just tasted like quickly baked biscuits. I was like, hey, biscuits. I might as well put jelly on this.
The cinnamon rolls, maybe.
Yeah. So I need to try. You get a little out of my comfort zone. So that's what I've been trying to do lately. So but I do feel like I've been eating healthier, which is very, very important. I've seen myself in a dress lately, and I'm not flattering at all. So
you look good.
Did you like my reply to that on Facebook?
Yes.
God, that.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, follow me on TikTok.
I vomited in my mouth when I saw that.
Oh, Tom, only me.
Christina, did you see what I said under the video?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I said, "That's right, baby girl, rock that cleavage."
I replied with Spider-Man all laying down.
Yeah, like posing.
There's nothing wrong with being natural.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with it.
And what's funny though is I do have chest hair, and it didn't show at all in that video. And like I was really trying to get it in there, and I was like, I don't see the shit at all. It's great. Megan was like just off camera, and she was laying in the bed, and she was dying the whole time. It was so funny. You got to check it out. It's great. It is funny.
I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah. The whole time I was doing it, I was getting ready, and I was like, Tom's gonna hate this.
Here I was wanting some hot chick to duet me, and I get Trevor.
I even shake my booty for the extra views. So I actually sent that video to my supervisor, and she said I needed to work on my twerking skills, and she started giving me tips on how to drop it lower, and I told her I'd throw my back out. So
did you say extra views or spews?
Both. Well, I'm on TikTok, and if I'm in a dress, you got to get those extra views, So I don't know if you've seen TikTok, but that's about 90% of the videos on there. So,
tell you what, guys, when you see this video, pull out your singles and then mail them to Trevor. That didn't make any sense. Don't worry about it.
No, they should mail them to Trevor. And
that would be awesome if we actually got our fans to mail you singles.
Yeah.
And then he'd buy more chickens.
Yeah, more chickens. I'm all excited about that. I'm maybe getting chickens tomorrow. More chickens tomorrow. I do have a sick chicken right now. I don't know what's wrong with her. And what's funny is we've called every vet around, and none of them see chickens. We've called a lot of places, but I think she's going to pull through. I think she'll be fine. I hope.
She'll be fine.
I don't know. I've been hand feeding a chicken for 2 days, so it's been fun. But yeah, hopefully she pulls through. But if you've seen me on TikTok, that's 90% of my videos is with chickens. So spoiler alert. I do none of the work. I make them work. So
I'm queued up and ready to go if you're
queued up, ready
for
to
my
go.
segment.
Okay.
No.
I may or may not edit you a little opening, so it depends on how good you do. So I may not waste my time.
Oh, okay.
It's how funny you are. You promised the funny, so.
Oh, okay.
Nah. All right, go ahead.
Well, I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a comment I made about the chickens.
Way back in them yesteryears, people used to gather around the fire. They used to tell stories. My pappy, he told great stories around the fire. Stories about mythical beasts, terrible monsters, and evil witches. He passed them stories down to his son, who passed them stories down to his son. And then his son, he took them to Netflix, and he sold them. So the moral of the story is Netflix. Fuck you.
I would like to welcome everybody to my new segment, Folk You. In this segment, I will introduce you to folk tales, myths, and legends. So now it's time for me to folk you up. Anyways. Starting off strong, yeah. All right. Today's tale is about a Native American legend of the Thunderbird. I call this tale Thunderbird is the word. It is said that the Thunderbird is a magical guardian that protects the people from evil, and it is also said that it can be a vindictive and vengeful creature. In the Algonquin mythologies, the Thunderbird is the guardian of the upper world, and the underworld is run by a water panther. It is said that the Thunderbird would shoot lightning at the beast to protect humans from its evil. So old Zap Flaps is just shocking old Wet Puss for all eternity to keep it in check. In the Winnebago tribe, it is believed that when a man has a vision of the Thunderbird, he will become a great war chief, and that the Thunderbird will grant him great powers. The Thunderbird is described as being a giant bird with a wingspan a mile long, and that a thunderous sound comes with every flap of its massive wings. A storm will always herald its arrival as it soars through the sky with electricity surrounding its body. In some stories, it is a shape-shifting ancestor to humans, and has even been said to have married humans. Why don't you ditch the old ball and chain and come out with me and the boys and go fishing? Well, 'cause if I did that, I'd get my nuts chopped off, or zapped off. Yeah, I guess you don't want to put her in a foul mood. Get it? Anyways, sorry about the bad joke. The Thunderbird is not always the good guy, though. Let's discuss the darker side of this supercharged chicken. In 1977, a family in Illinois, while at home after had eaten their dinner, had a bad run-in with the mythological creature. The children were playing in the yard as their mother washed dishes inside the house when a giant bird tried to take off with one of the kids, but was foiled by a very protective mom that fought the bird off with her bare hands when she heard the child's screams.
Wow.
Though the family was Though the family was laughed at and ridiculed by authorities, they stuck by their story. The Winnebago tribe even have a story about the bad Thunderbird that took a child back to his nest to starve and consume the young man. Look to the sky. If big bird come, kid goes bye-bye.
Oh,
There are theories out there about just what the Thunderbird actually was. One is that it was a pteranodon of some kind, even though the pteranodon had gone extinct 215 million years ago. And some think that it was some kind of an extinct giant vulture. So whether or not it be a benevolent spirit or a kid snatching poultry, the Thunderbird is a creature not to be trifled with. So keep your eyes to the skies. And that's all the folk I can give today.
Oh, wow. So,
oh gosh, that is so mean to take children off into the sky.
Well, when I said mine was uplifting too, I meant like it lifted children into the sky.
So apparently the Thunderbird was really mad at my neighbors because their house got struck by lightning today.
Oh,
So, yeah, there were
Wow.
firefighters and everything there today.
Oh my
God.
at least no one was struck by lightning. Or
Yeah,
an arc lightning.
that I know
'cause
of. I didn't check on them. So
Usually when you're struck by lightning, you don't make it.
yeah.
But when you like get struck by an arc of lightning, you can live through that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like never the same ever again.
Yeah. We had my uncle had some cows he was going to get butchered and this year, and they were all huddled underneath a tree during a rainstorm. The tree got struck by lightning and all those cows died.
Oh.
Killed every one of them. And right now, the way things are with the butcher, if he were to reschedule, he's got to reschedule for like over a year down the line. So he quickly bought some more cows to get butchered. So because he didn't want to go without. So I thought that was crazy though. It happens though. It happens more often than you think. So
Now, when we were kids, did we get pet chickens from your uncle at one point in time?
no, that was my grandmother, and we hatched them in the science teacher's class.
Okay. I remember something about one of your families and chickens, and
Mm-hmm.
I think there was even a castration going on.
Oh.
That part I may have fabricated in my own head. I don't know.
That happened to my uncle's. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, he had, I don't know how many cattle he has now, but back then he had about 100 head, and so yeah, lots of castrating going on there. So
Poor cows.
Yeah.
yeah, you know, it happens.
Don't mess with your aunt.
Funky milk oysters.
Hey, those are delicious. Don't talk smack. They really are good.
Well,
We are the
Trevor ate
state-
some at his bachelor party.
Well,
What are we talking about?
did I?
Rocky Mountain oysters. Calf
You
Oh,
fries.
ate
yeah.
some and don't remember it?
I can't
Calf fries?
eat any more because I'm vegetarian now. But
Oh, well,
I don't remember
They're
eating
delicious.
any.
I am not, and I quite enjoy them. I did not know that's what it was when I first ate them, but you know.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Now I
it's
know.
what I ate. What?
Yeah, exactly.
I like the scene on the movie Funny Farm
Yeah.
when he's eating. It's Chevy Chase, and he's eating the what was
The
it? Lamb
calf fries.
I
Calf
think-
fries, yeah.
Yeah,
Calf fries.
calf fries. So yeah, he's eating them, and she's like, "We got a new record." He's like, "These are delicious."
Yeah, and
she's
he's
like,
but eating that last one, he's got his
Yeah.
eyes all big. He's like, ah.
and she goes, "Nobody has a taste for testicles anymore." And he's like, "Oh
I
my
don't know
god!"
why, but it always ends up staying the same after they find out what it is.
Yeah.
I ate them right after I found out what they were. Actually, I knew what they were, and I was
Mhm.
just like, I'm gonna try them. They look like squid or regular oysters.
Yeah. Well, we are the state that has the testicle festival, so
Oh my god!
you know, it's a whole week of
In Stillwater.
yep.
And every Thanksgiving, apparently Henry Hudson serves turkey testicles, which I've still not tried. I just can't imagine there's a lot there.
Yeah,
I-
don't know.
Little meaty peas.
But I
Wow.
won't eat cow tongue.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well, I mean, you're
cow tongue tastes
vegetarian.
Like roast. Yeah.
I can't eat it now, but I
I
wasn't
lo-
gonna eat it then either.
I
Tastes
love
like
I
roast. It's good.
love cow
Yeah.
tongue.
So gross.
I also like
Never had it.
face meat off of most
I
anything.
just can't see myself eating somebody's tongue. It's a animal.
It's not somebody's.
It's a cow's.
entity.
Cows spend half their life with their tongue up their nose.
Exactly.
So I don't want to eat that.
I would say would be a more valid argument.
Believe me.
Although to me, that's just why the tongue is so good. It's always marinating from
Oh.
yes.
from the beginning. It's always marinating.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I know they make tacos. I probably would have eaten it in a taco, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
It is
tripe.
delicious.
Tripe is awesome.
I like tripe too.
That's the intestines, isn't it, or the stomach?
Stomach.
Yeah.
Never eaten it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I eat chicken gizzards. I like those.
I mean,
Why would you eat it? It's just
They're good.
they're so tiny.
I grew up on them. They're so good. It's hard to find a good place that cooks them. I usually have to cook them myself, but what was it? The only place that I know of that does it good is Jim's Chicken here in Choctaw, where I live, or near where I live. So
I have a hard time finding them to fry.
Yeah.
It's funny to me that, in a world of privilege, the foods that we're eating in order to stay alive have been just reduced to, just small parts of animals, and so much goes to waste. I mean, chicken wings, it took forever to convince somebody that chicken wings are amazing, because for the longest times it was considered a trash part of the bird. It was just thrown away.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that's not the case now, because I flipping love chicken. It's the only part of the chicken I like.
Yeah.
Of course, then you got those who, would rather have a nugget than a wing, boneless chicken
have
wings.
Nuggets. Okay, so now that stuff, all right. We used to sell those at my store, and anytime somebody ordered them, I can't control myself. I have a compulsion disorder, I think. But anytime somebody ordered, I'm like, that's not a wing. Don't call it a wing. It's
a nugget. Or chunk.
Literally breast meat.
Mm-hmm.
They don't fly with their boobs.
What's the food that I can't do is KFC has those bowls where they just have like mashed potatoes and corn and chicken and everything. I can't have
those things.
I can't do it.
They have pork sundaes. They're delicious. I can't eat them anymore, but they are.
I gotta have my food separated. Like I can't have. I know it all goes together in the end, but
you gotta keep it separated.
Yeah.
Like it.
See, there you go. I'm sad that our fair got canceled.
Yeah, that is sad. I mean, all that money that they could have been making.
I feel bad for the carnies.
Yeah. And the people who cook. There's lots of people who cook and have their stands out there.
Mm-hmm. Look at the carnies. They got small hands and smell of cabbage.
I hope no carnies are listening to this
podcast.
Well, Trevor and I used to work for our carny.
Yeah, we did.
I was a carny as well.
Well, if you ever called Dell a carny, he would get pissed off. He's I ain't no damn carny.
Carny.
Yeah.
He talked weird. Yeah.
Oh, he was out there. He looks completely different than he is now, but I hope he never watches this.
Me too.
But I actually like him. I don't know. I don't think Tom likes him that much anymore. But his voice is so unique. And I was at the swap meet here close to my house, and I could hear him, and I wasn't even near him. He was just doing his normal shouting as loud as he can, trying to sell stuff, and like, look at me, look at me, look at me. This is for sale. This is for sale. It was great. It's got to be him. It was great. He's a guy with a million stories. Million stories.
In 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe he was combining Pikey and Carney. The Carney.
Well, that was my mistake saying that.
My only complaint about Dell is the fact that he doesn't know what the definition of scenario is. He would use that in every. We got different flashing scenarios we want to go through. I'm like, what the hell? It's not a scenario.
He was great. He was a very unique individual. The kind of guy that he could tell you a zillion stories and you kind of walk away with, I kind of believe him, but I don't want to because they're crazy.
And these are stories that we would listen to at 3:00 in the morning at Mom's Diner in a gas station.
Y'all make him sound like Vizzini from Princess Bride with the inconceivable and
Yeah. Well, not
his
quite.
stories
Not
about
quite.
land wars.
He's
and
about that
Asia.
tall.
Yeah.
He's about that tall.
Now I really hope he's not watching. Jeez. Well, anybody got anything else to
I got a
add?
Florida Man.
Oh, you do, don't you? You
Yeah.
did that 2 seconds
Well,
ago.
No, I actually did it earlier. I was looking to see if I could find the rest of it, what happened to him.
Okay. Good job.
But no, I couldn't find the second part of the article. Florida man without arms charged after allegedly stabbing a tourist with his feet.
What?
Jonathan Crenshaw, an artist near the Lincoln Road Mall in Miami's South Beach area, doesn't have any arms. It's not clear why why, and he's been seen painting pictures with his feet. But they don't know why he stabbed it. And I couldn't find the second part of the story, which is what I've been doing this whole time.
Ah,
Awesome.
well.
So now we get to speculate.
Yes, speculation time.
I'm gonna go with somebody walked by him and said high five. And it just happened one too many times.
That's so
I'm
wrong.
going to say that it took him a while to actually find him because he was described as armed and dangerous.
Oh,
And
careful, he's legged and dangerous.
yes. At least it wasn't armed robbery. So
So what's that character's name from the CSI with the glasses and red hair?
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just like I could see him walking up to the crime scene. He's like, it seems like something was afoot here.
That's when they always did that on that show. He'd always take his glasses
David
off.
Caruso.
Yes.
Worst actor in history, in my opinion, but I also don't
I
like
love
that
that show.
show. So
I love that show too.
I got so hooked on CSI. I don't know what it was about that show. I know a lot of people did, but
It tells you how stuff is done. It's interesting.
yeah.
I
But
suppose the only true crime I ever got into was Bones. I loved Bones. It was a good show.
Bones
I've never seen
was
Forensic
amazing.
Files. It's very.
I tried it,
mm,
just can't get into it.
Yeah.
I don't.
I liked NCIS back in the day. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah. Los Angeles is pretty good.
I've
Never
got to
watched
change
any
my
of
name
those
on here.
episodes.
Hmm?
I changed my name
Why?
earlier because we were doing the mythical stuff.
My mythical singles.
Yeah.
Mythical singles?
yeah. .com.
That sounds like a dating site for like fuzzies, but ones that dress up as like fairies and
Cosplayers.
leprechauns and
Oh. Furries is what I think they call the ones that have the tails.
furries are people that dress up like dogs and cats. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock, really?
I get to put whatever I want. It's great. So,
I hope people send you singles.
yes.
Send Trevor singles.
Oh yeah. All right. So this goes out to all our listeners. Our challenge is for you to mail Trevor singles, but we need you to like write messages on them. That's legal, right?
No, not legal.
That's not legal.
don't
That's
know.
not legal.
That
Okay.
doesn't sound right. Let's
right.
write on money.
Right.
Write a sticky note and put it on the.
Yeah. Write a sticky note. Commenting Trevor on his performance in the TikTok video. And Trevor, go ahead and let them know where they can go to find that TikTok video.
Don't
Yeah,
say-
you can. Yeah, it's at Highly Illogical Trevor. If you want to see the best of Highly Illogical funniness on TikTok, it's right there. So
No, what they need to do is send you money through PayPal.
Yeah, with a note attached, and I will read your note aloud for at least $1.
Yeah.
You get a Venmo, and they'll send it Venmo.
Yeah, send it that way too. Why not?
Everyone does.
Well,
Venmo.
you got to tell them what your name is. Though.
And I will have a fans only here soon. So
I would not watch that at all.
I don't know what that is. People talk about it on TikTok a lot. I don't know.
It's a porn site for amateurs.
Yeah, I was guessing it was a porn thing. I'll be wearing my dress. So. But anyways.
Well, I do think our fans do need to start, like, if you can, sending us some messages on our Gmail account at
yes,
highlyillogicalcast@gmail.com. You know, talk to us and we'll read your messages, you know, on the show if we deem them worthy of being on the show.
And they're not mean.
Yes. Exactly. I mean, I'll still read the mean ones. I'm just gonna cry in private about them.
Maybe in public.
If you pay Trevor, he'll cry in public.
Yeah. I'll cry as you read it. So
get some like somber music in the background as we're reading.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Well, I think we have covered all of our coverings. Anybody got anything to add?
No, I'm good.
I'm good as well.
2 + 2 is 4.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
And 42 is the answer.
Thank you guys for joining us. This is Highly Illogical signing off for the 10th time. Hopefully we see you 11th. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.